Warsaw stresses that the assistance provided to the eastern neighbour is defensive in nature. The Piorun anti-aircraft missile range exceeds 6 kilometres and 4 kilometres of elevation. This weapon can shoot down aeroplanes, helicopters as well as drones and other missiles. Good news! The Council of Ministers has adopted a resolution at my request to help Ukraine. We will transfer the most modern Polish equipment, portable Piorun anti-aircraft missile sets and ammunition. A Polish humanitarian convoy has arrived in Ukraine, comprising 29 trucks with medical supplies, masks and field beds. This is not the end of the support that flows from Poland. We are ready to provide Ukraine with tens of thousands of artillery shells and ammunition, Grom anti-aircraft missile sets, but also light mortars and reconnaissance drones, and other weapons of a defensive nature. Polish Foreign Affairs Minister Zbigniew Rau is in the United States to meet, among others, United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken. The main topics of conversation will be the Ukraine situation, the aggressive policy of Belarus towards Poland, and NATO and Nord Stream 2. The unchanging declaration of the Polish side is the increase in the American presence on the eastern flank of NATO. The United Kingdom, Poland and Ukraine are expected in the coming days to sign an alliance to build mutual security, especially in the context of the current concentration of Russian troops along the borders of Ukraine, including Belarus. I expect that we will soon start a new format of regional cooperation between Ukraine, Poland and the United Kingdom. Under current conditions and the threat of Russian aggression, signing trilateral agreements will be beneficial for regional security. Russian President Vladimir Putin spoke in the Kremlin to Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban. Putin considers the United States missile defense systems in Poland and Romania as a threat to Russia. He also declared that NATO's enlargement to the east, including Poland, was a deception towards Moscow and that the West continues to ignore Russian concerns. We are carefully looking at the written responses from the US and NATO, but we already see, and I have informed Prime Minister Orban of this, that there is no adequate consideration of our three key demands regarding not allowing NATO enlargement, abandoning the deployment of offensive systems near Russian borders, and returning NATO's military infrastructure in Europe to its 1997 status. In turn, the British Prime Minister, who visited Kiev, advised Russia against armed aggression and threatened to impose sanctions. Earlier, he pledged nearly £90 million in financial aid to Ukraine.
The package that we're bringing forward, the new legislation, will enable us to pinpoint commercial interests of Russia, strategic commercial interests of Russia in a very direct way, as well as individual Russian commercial interests.
In turn, Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte is visiting Ukraine today. He called on Russia for dialogue and supported imposing sanctions on Russia in the case of aggression.
Work is already underway in Europe and in partnership with the US to prepare a robust package of sanctions. The Netherlands will in the meantime support Ukraine wherever we can. For example, we are talking about offering Dutch assistance to fend off cyber attacks against Ukraine.
Turkish President Recep Erdogan will arrive in Kiev on Thursday. His visit is yet another part of the efforts to try and reduce tension between Russia and Ukraine. Today, the Spanish daily El País reported that the NATO authorities, in a letter addressed to the Russian authorities, have given assurances that they will not refuse Ukraine the opportunity to become a member of the North Atlantic Alliance. According to the content of the letter, the US shares the opinion of the leadership of the alliance.